Now that Brady has announced his retirement, how do you put his numbers into perspective here, or quantify them?
Yeah, I mean, our data at PFF only goes back to 2006, so we missed the first few seasons of Brady's career. But since 2006, we've graded every player on every play in the NFL. He's the number one graded quarterback during that time. He's number one in our wins above replacement metric by far. That's the same metric. He was number one this past year. We had him as the most valuable player in the NFL, and I was actually I tweeted that out yesterday. Maybe a little confusing the way I tweeted it, but he's the most valuable player since the start of 2021, since the start of 2020, since the start of 2018, the Patrick Mahomes era. So I think that's one way to quantify Brady's greatness. No matter which year you pick, he's the most valuable player since that point using our WAR metric, despite having Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes and Drew Brees and Peyton Manning and all the other great quarterbacks that have come and gone or are still around in the NFL right now. So,
but what
Brady's
do you factor in on
yeah.
naming him MVP?
Yeah, so for us, it's evaluating every single play, right? So we go through each play, and if Brady makes a great throw and it's dropped, we're going to give him credit for that properly, right? So it's isolating his play from everyone else's. And when you do that back to 2006, he's our highest graded, he's our most valuable. And then in this particular season, where I think Aaron Rodgers probably ends up winning the MVP, we did have Brady graded higher and more valuable because a lot of those hidden plays went Brady's way, where Aaron Rodgers had a little bit more luck in those in a few other areas where Brady didn't, particularly say like interceptions.
Brady's best year and worst year were what?
Yeah, it's tough to argue with 2007 as his best year. I honestly think 2016 was his best year. So he's coming off the Deflategate deal. As far as throwing the football and pure PFF grade, that was his best year from start to finish. They end up winning the Super Bowl, of course, against the Falcons. Worst year, 2013, 2019, the 2 years where I think if you look back at, the weapons and what was happening in New England at that time, it was also the two worst supporting casts that Brady's had. But I think 2013 and 2019 are the 2 years that stand out that clearly were not in line with the rest of Brady's career.